underlying energy is the Seven of Pentacles. You're all exhausted. It's just kind of frustrating right now, right? Because you guys have been doing a lot of your work, a lot of things to kind of make the relationship, you know, work. And it wasn't a big deal up until like now, potentially, because it's like, I mean, what are you supposed to do, right? At this point, you know, you keep doing what you need to do. Oh my gosh, if somebody's just like unreliable, it's almost like a showing. Like, you're doing the best that you can with what you got, and it's like you're not really having a lot of fun doing it, right? It's like, is this something truly that you could commit to? Because it's not really exactly, you're not sure if this really resonates with you as far as something that you want to do anymore, right? Because of the Seven of Pentacles. Like, you're just looking at it and like, okay, I committed to this, but is this something I truly feel like I actually want to put my heart and soul into? Or if it's something I'm actually interested in continuing to, you know, wrestle out? Like, if that's not, you know, if that's the case, you know, Gemini, then yeah, the Seven of Cups is correct. You got some thinking to do, right? In regards to exactly what truly resonates with your passions, with what you're trying to go for. Currently, you have the Temperance card coming up. So you guys are really just taking control of your own situation, balancing yourself out. You know, you're doing the best that you can with what you got, managing your responsibilities. You know, you got harmony and balance. Are you trying to maintain harmony and balance in your actual life right now? Personally, for you, right now, even within the relationship, you're just kind of focusing on yourself. Because the relationship right now is confusing as hell. Like, you don't really know where it is even going right now. But you just want some change. This is your desired outcome. You want some change, Gemini. You want some things to change. And not change is like, this person needs to do something different because, you know, X, Y, Z. It's more like you just want something to happen, right? You want something to just kind of like change, but for the better, right? You want some good change. And the world is right next to it. So that's successful completion right there. So you want something to happen that's honestly beneficial for both you and the relationship. But the thing that's keeping the Tower from actually happening is the fact that you don't really know what you want. You want something to happen, but what exactly do you want? All right, what do you want to actually to change? And if you figure it out, I'm sure it will happen, right? I'm sure it will definitely come to play and come into action. The relationship is completely uncertain as well. That's what it tells me. Okay. There could be like there's somebody's just confusing the crap out of this whole situation, right? It could be that somebody you're dealing with, that Knight of Wands, like he's just like this, he or she, right, doing the best, you know, just doing the best they can with what they know, which is just being the Knight of Wands, and you know, going with what their heart wants and whatever. But sorry, y'all, my camera acted up there. Sorry about that. But anyway, what I was saying was that the relationship can be just so confusing. But the whole point of it is, with the Seven of Cups coming up, right, there is this need to figure out what it is that you want. There's not an idea of what's happening, right? There's not a real idea of what's going down. Now, these two together they always give me this kind of escapist type of energy, because the Seven of Cups is all about fantasy and things not being real and dreams. While, you know, the Seven of Swords can indicate here that there is this avoidance energy, or there's some sort of denying energy, right? Like there's something that's not necessarily realistic about this image. Now, there's something probably going on where there is no romance and there's nothing going on, because there was a period in which everybody had to just be honest and straight up. But then at the same time, it could be that there's just some things that are just not exactly clear what's going on, and it's because everything's so romantic. Nah, it's not that. You know what it is? What this combination is, actually, because you're looking at what's real. It's almost like you took a risk already in the past, but now it's like you're hitting the roadblock again. If this is truly where you want to be, if this is something that you truly want to pursue, if any of these options are something you want to pursue, right? But I feel like in the past perhaps there was some sort of like risk taking. You had to, you picked something, you just went with it. You went with it and you trusted it. But then at the same time, you got stuck here. Now, for some of you guys, this actually means avoidance. Like, you guys had avoided the option or the opportunity to pick something, or you completely just dodged it. And now these cups are like, hey, what do you want? What do you want to do? What is your heart's desire right now? And that's probably why your advice is talking about being the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups knows what she wants. She knows what she feels. She's very much aware of how she feels. And Gemini, you guys have twins, right? So it's kind of hard to kind of want to be in your feelings, because they, either one of your twins feel an emotion strong, and it's like a seesaw. It's very, very annoying, and I understand. I have a Gemini moon. It does not feel good. I mean, sometimes that's why I like to keep it light sometimes, but I understand. I have to feel an extreme of one emotion, even though it kind of makes me feel uncomfortable. But knowing how you feel will help you with this. Will help you figure out if this is something you really want to continue to work through. Like, if something that you really want to continue to make happen. And if it ain't, then you can make the change that you want. But either way, there's a serious changes that you want to happen here. But it has to come from what you want. It's not going to happen until you do, I feel. However, it doesn't just happen just for the sakes of it. There's got to be a reason. And I feel like you guys want to initiate the change because of what, based off of what you feel, what you want, you know what I mean? And not just kind of have something happen out of the blue before you even get your say-so in. So I feel like with the Queen of Cups rather, it's about knowing how you feel and knowing what you want, knowing what your heart's desire is, knowing what you desire out of this relationship, right? And then being able to go ahead and work on it. Because right now, the incentive for working right now is probably not there anymore. Like, you don't even know what you want. What's underneath here? The Knight of Wands? Yeah, it's like, honestly, it's not as fun, right? There's not a lot of fun here either. It's more of just doing the work, making it happen. There's nothing exciting, because the Knight of Wands is, even though he's seen as unreliable, he's super passionate, he's super fun, he does what he wants, right? He doesn't do anything that he doesn't really get anything out of. So I think in the past it was a hell of a lot more fun, but now it's really about talking about what is fun, having fun again. And maybe even the situation has going through a period of where there is a bit more serious stuff that needs to be hashed out, things that need to be worked on. But that doesn't mean that the fun will not return. So I feel like right now the Queen of Cups is also is just talking about finding out what it is that you want. And being very aware of how you feel right now, especially if you're trying to gain balance in your situation. Now, in your emotions, you have the Ten of Cups. Now, actually, this is not a bad card to get in your feelings. It does talk about ending of a cycle, but this could mean like something tying itself up emotionally, like something emotionally is like coming to a close, right? But this also means that this could be the happily ever after card. You guys could be very happy with where you are. Some of you guys, right? But for some of you guys, it could mean that there's an emotional cycle that's ended here with this relationship. And finding where to go next is the hard part. Because you don't know if you're being honest with yourself or lying to yourself about continuing, if this is truly, something you really want. You can be in love with this individual, but it doesn't mean you need to stay with them if you're in love with them. Never think that, okay? But to tie this kind of all off with the emotional cycle ending here within your feelings, you have a Fool as your hopes and fears. Now, this can go two ways. Either you guys are afraid to be single and go off on your own and find your own new adventure, or you guys are wanting to be on your own and find your own new adventure, or you guys are wanting to start a new beginning within your relationship. Perhaps so you guys don't want to break up, right? Perhaps some of you guys just want to be in a relationship, but you want to go in a different direction with it. You want to start fresh, start something new. And the Fool is right after the World, right? So it's crazy that this comes up in your outcome. But in your outcome, you do complete the cycle, and it's successful too. It's a good ending. It's a good ending because it's Saturn's gift to you for doing the work, for finishing whatever karmic thing that you need to finish. And I feel like the Fool is a big indication that either you guys want to start something new, you want to have some more freedom, or you guys want to be these two take risks, right? So they are good at taking risks. Perhaps you guys just want to pick something and go with it. You just want to go with it. You don't really care about where it leads and what, how long it's been. You're just tired of doing work that is just you're just busting your ass all day long. You're tired of, not really, getting much out of that. You want to have more fun. And if that means starting something new, fuck it. Then it means starting something new, right? But it doesn't mean that you're stuck doing the work that you need, stuck doing work that's not really making you feel very fulfilled. Let's go ahead and take a look at your wisdom of the Oracle for this week. See what else, other information that we can get from this. What can you tell us? What can you tell Gemini for their love life this week? What can you tell Gemini for their love life this week? What can you tell Gemini for the love lives this week? What can you tell Gemini for the love lives this week? What can you tell Gemini for the love lives this week? What can you tell Gemini for the love lives this week? What can you tell Gemini for the love lives this week? Wow, why? And that is exactly the Seven of Pentacles. Why are you doing what you're doing? Why are you in this connection? Why do you want to stay in it? Why don't you want to stay in it, right? All those questions. Asking yourself questions can really help narrow down what it is that you want and why it is that you're thinking these things. And it can really help with, you know, bringing spice back if that's what's lacking in your life right now. But the why, there's always a reason why things happen. There's always a reason why we're in relationships like this. There's always a reason why we have these thoughts. There's always a reason. So give yourself time to think about these reasons and come up with the true conclusion of what's, you know, what's making you feel like you can't, like making you feel tired, right? Whereas like making you feel like you need something new, that you need something to happen, some change, some drastic change, or that you want to make something happen, like a drastic change. I just think that maybe things stop getting interesting. Maybe things stop getting interesting in the relationship. Let's see what the Whispers of Love says for you guys this week, though. Ask for help. What is it you really need help with? Be willing to allow yourself the support you need. And that's true, right? If you guys are doing this work solo, why? Why are you doing it, right? Ask why. All right, family. Ask why, because it could really help with figuring out what it is that's going on for you guys. For here, let me pull actually one more card for the Seven of Cups. See what we can get with the Seven of Cups here. Why is the Seven of Cups coming up as the blockage? Why is the Seven of Cups coming up as the blockage? Seven of Swords. Oh goodness. Whoa. So you have literally all of the sevens anyway, except for the Seven of Wands. And now the Seven of Cups is coming up because of the Seven of Swords. So it's like avoidance. Like you guys are in a very, you know, there's balance and harmony, but it's weird. Like the Seven of, like I said before, the Seven of Swords and the Seven of Cups together, that can mean escaping. Like it's dreams. Like there's no fantasy anymore. There's no passion. There's nothing. It's all work. It's just like things are kind of dried out. The water, the passion, the emotions in this relationship is dried out. So finding what you want is the best thing to go right now. It's the best direction to go, because there isn't much emotion to kind of, there's nothing going on in your relationship right now. There's not even any romantic aspect. So I guess perhaps it's time to be true to oneself now. And I'm not saying that you guys have been lying or anything like that, but perhaps there's been some avoidance in regards to picking exactly what you want, or going after what it is that you want, because this relationship is something that you've committed to in the past, and you know if you are ready to kind of break free from that. But you are. You said so here, the Tower, something new. And for some of you guys, it may just be that you guys want to start something fresh and new regarding this connection. And some of you guys might want to just break free from it and be yourself and be true to how you feel.